Big smiles, high energy, high energy.
Hey, everybody.
Hi everyone, welcome to Cooking with Dad. I'm Em, and today I'm going to be super nice to Dad. Why am I being so nice to you today?
Maybe because today is my wedding anniversary.
And how long have you and Mom been married?
36 years.
Wow, congratulations. So this is Dad. Mom and Dad have the cutest relationship. They were always chasing each other around the house, trying to tickle each other. Dad was always giving her a smack on the buns when he walked by. I mean, they are the most physically affectionate people you will ever meet, but they genuinely just love each other.
Hi, everybody.
You can't help yourself.
So I want to tell you about my first date with Mrs. Scheibner. I decided I was going to cook for us. And so I got 2 lobsters, actually whole lobsters. They were lovely. And I wanted to serve my favorite vegetable side dish to go with it. So we made creamed corn in a can. And turns out creamed corn in a can doesn't go with lobster or really anything else for that matter. And I've kind of heard about it these 36 years. I kind of wonder how it had worked out if I had made risotto to go with that lobster that evening. Although the creamed corn worked out okay, I guess, because, well, we got married anyway. So, yeah, all right, no big deal.
So creamed corn is not the way to go with lobster. There's a lot more appropriate sides. You could do grilled asparagus, wilted spinach, or in our case, risotto. All right, so we are gonna get started on this lobster risotto. The first thing we're going to start with is a drizzle of olive oil. Go ahead and go around the pan a couple times. We want roughly a tablespoon and a half in there. That's good. And then we are going to sweat our aromatics. So aromatics are the onions and the garlic. And we're going to do onions first.
You're going to sweat something?
Yes, that just means...
Explain-a-vous.
So sweating means it's the same as saute except with more oil. So it's going to make everything translucent, but we're going to try to keep from getting any color on it.
Oh, and so you use the word sweat for that.
Sweat, yep.
Who knew?
Me.
No, yes you did, that's true. Okay.
Well, besides you.
All right, sweaty girl, what's next?
All right, so we're going to wait for these to start getting translucent, and you can stir them if you'd like. I'm going to season them with a little salt to help release the juices.
Don't want to sweat the details on this one too much, do you?
My stars.
Yeah.
Okay, that's looking pretty good, and now I'll add minced garlic. This is roughly 2 to 3 cloves worth, depending on the size of your clove. And we add the garlic separately because it doesn't cook at the same speed that the onions do. So if I throw them in right away, the garlic would burn before the onions were cooked.
Looking at the little minced garlics, and they look like they're sweating too. It's good.
And at the same
Good workout,
time,
everybody.
we will add our chopped herbs. This is oregano and rosemary. Add that right in. And I like to add the herbs at this stage when we're still sweating everything because it gives a chance for all the oils from the herbs to come out and flavor the whole dish.
Yum. Okay.
All right, that looks really, really good. So now I'm going to add our butter. This part of risotto goes really quickly. The next part goes really slowly. So we'll let the butter melt. And I add quite a bit of butter because we're going to add our arborio rice to it. And that is going to soak up the butter and then toast the rice.
Toast, sweat, butter. Wow. What could go better?
Okay, while that butter is melting, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle in our rice. And this is about a half a cup of arborio rice. It's going to swell up really big. So this makes quite a bit of risotto.
So, all right, Borio rice. Can you buy that anywhere?
You can find it in most grocery stores. It's usually in your international foods section. You could also order it online if you wanted to. It's a short grain rice, and that just means that it's going to take a little bit longer to cook, but it's going to soak up a lot more liquid.
Right. So risotto then is kind of short and sweaty. Is
Short
what you're saying?
and sweaty.
Okay, good.
All right, we'll give this rice just 1 minute, and then we're going to add the next part, our wine. Why not?
Why not?
My turn.
Yeah.
All right, that looks really good. Now we'll add our wine. So this is the first of the liquids that we're gonna add. I added a cup of wine to half a cup of arborio. Just a dry white wine. I like to buy the little box wines that you can find in your wine section. It's cheap, it's good for cooking, and you're not wasting money on an expensive bottle of wine that you're just throwing in a pan.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna let this all cook together until the wine has completely reduced, and then we'll add our next stage. Risotto likes to be babysat. That's why it's such a pain in the butt and why a lot of people don't make it. But you wanna stir it quite frequently, and that helps to break down the starches in the rice to absorb all the liquids. So risotto takes a lot of babysitting. You really do need to stir it the whole time to break down the starches in that rice. But the effort that you put in now is totally gonna pay off at dinner time.
3 days later.
Ooh, it smells good.
Tomorrow for sure.
This is a lot of stirring.
Okay, so this has reduced down quite a bit, and so we can add in a little bit of our stock. I am using a chicken stock. You could also use seafood or vegetable, but stay away from beef because it's going to give it a dark color and it's the wrong flavor. Go, so just a little bit at a time, and then we'll stir that until it has dissolved and keep going until we are ready to add in our cheese. Okay, so this rice is nice and fluffy. It has absorbed most of the liquid, which is what we want. And now we are just going to finish it off with about a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese.
Okay.
You just dump it right in and then stir it in. It's gonna thicken everything up. And it's gonna give you that beautiful creamy risotto texture that you're used to.
Yeah.
And then this is done until we add the lobster, and you can serve it to mom for your date night.
Excellent. Yeah. It's hard to find a restaurant that serves risotto anymore. And
Yeah.
it's so good, but it is a little fussy. It takes a while to cook.
It is a little fussy, but it's so delicious.
The thing that I first love about the Fair and Lovely is that she's one of the most optimistic people I've ever run into.
36 years? I'm doing the math right now, and dude, that is old. Okay, so right here we have fresh lobster tails, and I poached them in simmering water for about 4 minutes. They do not take long at all.
Okay.
And now we are going to extract the tail meat, and you really do want to leave the tail intact, so that's why we're using these scissors. You're gonna chop all the way down the back of the tail. There you go. And then very gently just peel this shell off.
Okay.
And the meat will stay in one beautiful tail piece. Like this.
I think I cut a little too deep in mine.
It's okay. Let me get my side. Okay, and then you can just get rid of your shells.
Okay.
And we are ready to plate up.
All right, super. Let's do it.
All right, so to plate this up, we're gonna do it in some wide rim bowls. And this is pretty simple. There's nothing fancy involved here. You're just gonna scoop half into your bowl. Half into mom's. Mom loves risotto. This is her favorite
It
dish.
looks so good too.
Okay. And then go ahead and lay the lobster on top.
All right, the mangled one, the daddy one.
Yeah, that's yours.
Going right over there. And then the mommy beautiful one goes right here.
Yep.
Ooh,
And then because we have oregano in there, we'll just reinforce that with a little bit of herb right on top to be pretty.
very romantical. Your mother will love it.
All right.
Okay.
Enjoy your date night. I
I
love
will.
you and
Thank you,
happy
sweetie.
anniversary. It was a real privilege to be able to cook Mom and Dad's 36th anniversary dinner. I love you guys so much, and here's to 36 more.
Preparation is done. Time to go get dressed.
While he's getting ready for his big date night, don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe. And hey, if you have a recipe you want to see us make, leave it in the comments. Let's go check in on Dad.
This is quite a step up.